What's up, champs? Welcome to today's video. My name is Trevin Peterson. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video we're going to be answering a trending question that I've been getting asked a lot lately, and that is, Trevin, what have you done differently to see so much success with Amazon? You're 24 years old. What have you done different versus the person that has failed or is not seeing as much success or thinks that Amazon is a scam? So I'm going to be answering that question. There's 3 main reasons that I'm going to be breaking down, and before we dive into it, let's dive into my seller account and show you that what I teach is what I implement in my own FBA business. So right here for the day, as you guys can see, I've done just over $1,000 in sales. And in the last 30 days, I've done just over 113,000. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to go hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment. It would really help me out. I appreciate your guys' support. And without further ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, so let's break down why I think I've seen so much success with Amazon FBA. And I do want to preface so much success because in reality, there are a lot bigger fish in the sea. There's people that are doing a lot more than I am, but I am very content with my numbers. Doing 6 figures per month. I'm very ecstatic about that, and I'm pumped with those results. And at the same time, I am never satisfied, and I'm going to continue to grow my business. So I'm really excited to see what happens in the future, but let's break down the first and biggest reason why I think I've succeeded with Amazon. And that is the pure fact that I have never quit, I've never given up, and I've had that no quit mindset from the very beginning. From when I started Amazon, I knew that there was something there. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and I knew that this was going to change my life. And I started doing it, and I failed and I failed and I failed, but I had the mindset that I don't care what I have to do, I'm going to make this work, because I saw other people make it work. And so I just kept launching products, and I did fail, but I just picked myself back up and I launched another and I launched another, and I just kept going with it. And too many times with the Amazon world and new people that come to start selling, they launch one product and it doesn't go as well as they hoped, and so they automatically say, oh, I failed, or oh, it's a scam, or oh, this doesn't work. And if I would have done that I would have said that like 20 times. I failed a lot of products. And what's crazy is I've almost failed more products than I've succeeded. I mean, I failed, I think, like 10 plus, and I have like 20 plus successful products. So, I mean, you kind of see the difference there. I failed a lot of products. So you need to have that mindset is, hey, you're going to have bumps in the road. You're going to have failures, but you just need to have that right mindset of whatever comes your way, you're going to make it work, and you're going to be better and stronger because of it. So that is the first and biggest reason, is just don't give up, keep going, and I promise things are going to work out in your favor. The second thing is something that I really wasn't doing at the beginning, and that was building a brand. At first, I was launching random products. I was launching the faucet extender, I was launching a milestone blanket, I was launching a fidget pen, I was launching all these sorts of random products. And I didn't really have a sense of direction. I was just hoping one would stick. And yes, that could be a strategy, is okay, I'm gonna launch 3-4 products, and whatever one takes off, build around that. But I had one stick, and then I'd launch some random product, and then I'd have one stick, and then I'd launch another random product. And it wasn't until I took one product that was doing really well, and I started building around it, doing variations, adding similar products, and trying to actually build a brand, something that was not just something that was going to last for a couple months or 6 months, a year. I wanted to build something that was going to last for years, tens, generations, okay? So that was my goal, and I've seen that work very, very well since I changed to that kind of strategy, if you will, or technique. I don't know what to call it, brand building. But once I did that, that's when I started seeing a lot of success. And to this day, those products that I built a brand around, I've been selling them consistently for the last 2 years, every single month, and they just continue to grow. I get more reviews, I get better ranking, my stock is better, I have more money to invest in inventory and new products to add to that brand. And that's where I've just seen a lot of success. So the biggest key takeaway from that is find a product and then see how you can build around that product and build a brand. I have a lot of videos on the channel breaking down how to create a brand, how to build a $1 million brand on Amazon. I always like to talk about the Shark Tank, where they say you're not a business, you're a product. And so that's the key. What you need to do is you don't want to be a product, you want to be a business, you want to build a brand. So that is huge. Go watch those videos, I'll link them down below. Build a brand and you're going to thank yourself down the road. And the third reason is I have been a sponge throughout this entire process. And what I mean by that is when I have made mistakes, I didn't just say, oh, screw that. But what I did instead is I figured out what went wrong, how I can fix it, and how I'm not going to do it again. So I would learn from my mistakes and I just absorb that and just take it in and say, okay, now I know this, I'm not going to do that. Then it would happen again and again and again, and I just keep learning from my mistakes. So that's the first thing. Then along with that is I have taken the time to educate myself. So a lot of people may think that I know everything, and that is not the case. I'm constantly learning, reading articles, going to masterminds, learning from other sellers, taking courses, learning the process myself through actual failures, and then trying to teach my students and then people on YouTube how to avoid those failures. So there's things like that that I've just learned over time, and it's been a process. And a lot of times people come into it and they don't really know much about it, and they have the mindset of, oh, they're going to learn everything in a week. And that's not the case. I've been doing this for 2.5 years and I'm still learning. So you just need to understand that there's a lot of learning to do. Enjoy the process, be a sponge, absorb that good information. And I say good information because there is a lot of garbage information. And that's kind of why I started my YouTube channel, is because I didn't like the information that was out there. So I wanted to provide as much value, be transparent, be genuine, be honest about Amazon and the results. And it's paid off. I've seen a lot of success because of that, not only with my YouTube channel, but my Amazon business. It's helped me progress because it's pushed my limits. And that's what you need to do, is you need to push your limits. You need to do things that are uncomfortable. For example, like buying courses or launching that next product, or, I mean, there's so many things that you can do that can make you uncomfortable, and those are the situations that you need to put yourself in. So that's the third reason, is the education side. But I will say there's kind of a fourth, but it ties into the third, is the education and the knowledge is very important, but it's what you do with it. If you just literally sit there and do nothing, then you're going to basically shoot yourself in the foot. And that's what you don't want to do. I've seen so many people do this, and it's crazy. And I see it hands-on because I get a lot of DMs. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and I run a Facebook group, so a lot of people, I've seen it. But what they do is they get all this information and they're like, I've been researching Amazon FBA for the last 1.5 years. I know how to do this, I know how to do this, and I know how to do this, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. And I'm like, why not? Why have you waited so long? You waited over 1 year before you've done anything. And you don't need to come into this business knowing every little thing. And so learning is just part of the process. You learn along the way. Obviously, you need to equip yourself with the right information, because if you just come into it blind, then yeah, you're screwed that way as well. But there's that fine line of knowing everything versus knowing the basics to actually get it up and going. So with that information that you learn, with those failures, with the knowledge that you need to build a brand, now what you need to do is you need to take action. Okay, that is the most important thing that you can do, is now go act on what you know, and you're going to see massive success. So I hope that this video helped you out. I hope that it gave you some insight that there's no magic potion or magic answer that I've done to see success. It's just I haven't quit. I've figured out that you need to actually kind of build a brand. You can't just launch these random products, and that there is a learning curve. There's a lot to learn, and it's a never-ending process, and you just need to enjoy it. If you don't like any of those things, if you don't like to fail and pick yourself back up, if you don't like building a brand, if you don't like learning, and then Amazon is not for you. And I do want to add one thing, it just kind of popped into my mind, and that is the fact that you have to be willing to take a risk. To build a business, you have to put your money on the line. You have to put your time on the line, and if you're not willing to take that risk, then building a business, building an Amazon business is not for you. And that was what I was really good at. Is I looked at the money and I was like, okay, it's $2,000. Is that going to make or break my retirement? Is that going to make or break whether I eat at night? No. So what I decided to do was just go full force and just go invest my money and give it a shot. So I'm not saying just to blow it and waste it and take your money out of your 401k or your life savings and just throw it all at Amazon. You obviously need to be smart about how you invest your money and take calculated risks. But if you're not even willing to invest $2,000, then Amazon is going to be very difficult for you to succeed. So have those things at the forefront of your mind. I hope that now with this information, you take action like we talked about. It's very important. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to go like the video. I would really appreciate it if you guys shared this channel, shared this video with a friend. I would appreciate it if you guys dropped a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys are interested in learning the entire process, learning from me, getting that knowledge and then taking action on it, I'd love to have you into my mentorship program. I have a full A to Z course taking you through the entire process. It's basically everything that I know about Amazon put into a course that's 100 plus videos. It's like 10 plus hours of content that break down the entire process. So I'd love to have you in. I'll put the link down below. It's amzchampions.com, and we will see you guys in the next video.